I'm Stephen Foskett, organizer of Gestalt IT and Tech Field Day, and we are here at Commvault Go in beautiful Denver, Colorado this week. We have been coming to Commvault for a few years. We've learned quite a lot about the company. We've really enjoyed their company as well. It has been just a marvelous experience for us to meet with the folks and discuss things. And one of the people that you've seen quite often here when we're here at Commvault Go is Don Foster. I'm going to let you introduce yourself for a moment, and then we'll talk about some news in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Don Foster. I've been with Commvault now for about 17 years in a number of roles. And actually, I was actually a customer before I started at Commvault, believe it or not. And most recent role, after moving out of a leadership role where I ran our solutions and product marketing, with the announcement of Hedvig being acquired by Commvault, I'm now our vice president of storage solutions, helping to integrate the Hedvig technology together with the Commvault platform technology.
Yeah, and that's actually a really interesting thing for our audience as well, because Hedvig has been a frequent Tech Field Day presenter,
yes.
And we've visited them in Santa Clara. We've been in their offices. We've gotten a deep dive into the technology, and honestly, we were all pretty excited when we saw that Commvault had acquired Hedvig because. Well, for one thing, like I said, we're familiar with the technology, but also because it represents a significant direction for the company,
yep.
as well as for you.
Absolutely.
So, tell us a little bit more about, let's start with a little bit about what is the Hedvig technology that Commvault brought in?
Yeah, sure. So the Hedvig technology is exactly what they've been selling to customers for the last 3 or 4 years, which is a software-defined storage platform that can distribute globally, be managed centrally, and provide a number of different protocols of different storage types, different levels of performance, whatnot, to different applications for whatever the workload or use case that a customer has. So whether it's for virtualization, for containers, right? They support a number of the container workloads like Kubernetes, Docker, D2IQ, which used to be Mesosphere, as well as supporting backup products. So whether it's a Commvault product, a Veeam product, a Veritas product, they have all supported sort of the back-end repository for helping to consolidate those storage use cases. And the benefit there is because it's distributed, it has a lot of the sort of the enterprise sort of storage capabilities where it can co-locate, go across different locations, do some interesting things within the cloud as well. And it has a really interesting story, especially for how the DevOps tier, the next level of storage and application modernization is happening, and really provides that really super scalable back-end storage platform. From our perspective, it becomes really interesting because it's been our vision, as you've probably seen with Commvault Hyperscale, to bring in software-defined storage, attach it to the way our platform works, give customers a really scalable way that they can manage that secondary storage platform. And this just gives us another chance to really take that level of technology and accelerate that vision faster into the future.
Yeah, this seems to be, honestly, a direction that the entire secondary storage or enterprise, data protection business is heading. It used to be that the data protection software or the backup software or the archiving software, it used to be that had to be a separate thing, and that the storage platform or the media or the tape library or whatever you were sending that data to had to be something else. And it seems like people just had this belief that you couldn't cross those streams. But now it seems to me, frankly, a lot of the secondary storage companies are also providing a storage platform for that data to land. And a lot of them are also saying that it's integrated but not required.
Right.
And it's still integrated with other products. It's a really interesting and important change in this whole market.
Yeah. So the thing that's really exciting from a Commvault perspective, right, and having conversations with our partners, and this is something that's been in the sort of across the internet, across Twitter, across social media, and okay, what does this really mean for Commvault and partners? Well, when we talk with our partners, this is just another piece that we're helping to improve how we deliver the secondary storage platform for our customers and help to improve our software. And we also realize that, look, in order for customers to achieve what they need going into the future, IT is being completely transformed as we speak, right? From new applications in the container space, still having to deal with all the traditional and call it legacy, just call it traditional applications, IT infrastructure, where virtualization is going and how it's really driving a true hybrid IT. It is a really complex and confusing space that in many cases, a lot of customers have gone out and purchased point solutions and built this whole sort of complex siloed environment. And then when you get overlaid with these challenges of governance, data sovereignty, making sure data locality is in the right locations, right, that you're not crossing borders or being, potentially submitting yourself to some of the different laws for extraction, et cetera. Well, now suddenly there becomes a much bigger concern on how do I ensure that all these different silos aren't necessarily causing a lot of different pain from a compliance and a governance aspect. So by tying this storage back in, we're seeing customers really looking for a way to consolidate, but also it's more from a perspective of not just pure consolidation, but driving a better level of automation and trying to simplify out what, kind of a skills gap issue of how do I ensure that I'm giving my developers the right storage, the right compute in the right location at the right time in a way that doesn't force me to go out and buy more infrastructure or spend more money or hire on more people or bring in more consultants. And so having smart tech with these awesome open APIs that can link this together, that's the importance of sort of this convergence of the secondary storage and kind of opening it up as a potential for serving to different workloads, and also the importance of then the indexing that companies like Commvault provide to all the data that we manage. Because at the end of the day, it's all about using data. Who owns the storage and who serves it up? There's plenty of places for all of our partner solutions in Commvault. It's going to take a true ecosystem to achieve what IT companies are trying to achieve in the future. It's not just going to be one vendor. So there's plenty of places for everyone to work and kind of fit in the right spot for the customer. But it's all about using data at the end of the day. So the indexing, the ability to track those different use cases for DevOps, to do this sort of copy data play, which I know is kind of a weird term in the market, it's still very important. In order to do that, you need to have access to the data, be able to serve it up fast, spread it across all the different hybrid locations you might run from, and more importantly, know where it's at.
Yep. And one of the things that you mentioned in there was another aspect. Hedvig was known for having, basically not just software-defined storage in that it's software, but software-defined storage in the sense that it was highly automatable.
Oh, yeah.
And it could be integrated with applications, and you had, as you said, APIs that you could use to reconfigure the system.
Yeah.
It's very scalable. All of these things, I think, make it look an awful lot like a nice platform for secondary storage and for integration into, as you say, a product like Commvault's product.
Yeah.
Are you concerned at all, though? You mentioned partners and how partners and customers are looking at it. Are you concerned that this puts Commvault in potential conflict with some of your traditional partners, or that it might, or are you going to maintain compatibility? You mentioned, for example, Veeam. Are you going to maintain that going forward? And is that really realistic?
Yeah. So, I mean, is it realistic? Probably not, right? I'm sure that it's great from our perspective that we have solutions that can work with some of our competitive, backup recovery products. Is it realistic that's going to be maintained over time? I mean, we'll always be able to support them, because that's the great thing about secondary storage is, hey, you can spin up an NFS target, spin up an object storage target, and as long as you can speak S3 or NFS, you can write to it, right? And you can still take advantage of all those benefits. Now, will we still be a part of, Hedvig was a part of the Veeam Alliance program. Is that going to continue? I can tell you it's not going to, right? Yeah. Veeam's not going to support that, and that's fine. But from the other partnership perspective, that's not, say, backup, like from vendors like HPE and NetApp and others. Well, here's the beautiful part about what Commvault's done within our ecosystem. We provide the level of advanced integrated support with all the primary storage arrays that drive today's business and will drive tomorrow's business as well, so that we can give our customers, whether they're using Hedvig for secondary storage today or they plan to in the future or not, and Commvault, and these other vendors on the primary side, we can give that customer the linkage they need to make the hybrid IT environment really start to work for them and not constantly run into some of the silos and the issues of how they truly bring it all together. On the Hedvig front, speaking of some of the automation, one of the cool things we're going to be showing at Commvault Go in one of our demonstrations on containers, this will be done by one of the core engineers from Hedvig. His name's Abhijit. He's going to showcase how we can run a Kubernetes container that's running in Google Cloud, and then basically have it using the Hedvig platform, replicating that data into the Amazon cloud, and fail over those Kubernetes containers without any data loss from point A to point B. Pretty cool stuff that DevOps folks are really looking at for, okay, how can I ensure that from an infrastructure perspective, from a locality perspective, that doesn't matter, that I can have access to whatever data I need at the moment and the time that I need it. And that's some of the cool things that this storage platform can provide.
Yeah, it really gives, I don't know, a shot in the arm to Commvault in terms of sort of this whole cloud, move.
Oh, yeah.
And certainly Hedvig had some great engineers, as you mentioned,
oh, yeah.
Who I'm sure can help out as well with that development. Just to wrap up, though, what does this mean for you personally? So, as you said, you were, in charge of, product marketing, and
Yep.
now you are. It's kind of a new division, isn't it? It's a new division of the company.
It is, yeah. So, I mean, for me, I've been in a number of roles at Commvault, right? I ran product management for a lot of our backup products prior to doing technical alliances, prior to doing the solutions and product marketing. It's just helping me expand further, dig deeper into how we run our business from a Commvault perspective. It also gets me closer to the tech. So I think just from our experiences, I think you guys all know I love tech, big technologists. I like to get in the weeds and understand how things work and really uncover really cool ways that we can solve customer problems. So that allows me to get not only back into the tech, I'm also a big storage guy at the end of the day. So it's really fun from that aspect. But I think it also signals that it's kind of a new era for Commvault. One of the other new press releases that were announcements we made, Metallic, which is our SaaS offering. Awesome, cool news coming from Commvault. We've acquired a company. We're developing new offerings. We continue to push the envelope on our core. So it's a really great place to be because integrating new tech, folding it in on the current platform that we have, helping to solve fun problems. It gets me back into technology, keeps me sort of front and center on what we're trying to talk and where we see vision and thought leadership. I'm super excited where things are headed.
Well, that sounds great. And I wish you all the best personally. And also, obviously, like I said, for Commvault, the company has some great people. And it's always great to be here at Commvault Go. If you've enjoyed this conversation, please do go to gestaltit.com or go to YouTube and search for Gestalt IT, and you'll find other videos like this. We're going to be recording a number of conversations here this morning with folks from Commvault, and we're going to be posting those as well at gestaltit.com. You can find us on Twitter at gestaltit. And also, if you look at techfieldday.com, we're going to have technical deep dives into all of these new announcements and products and so on all day today from basically 1 to 5 Mountain Time. So please do tune in for that.
It's going to be a busy day.
It's going to be a busy day. So thank you for joining us, Don, and I look forward to seeing you more here at Commvault Go.
Thank you.